Heck yeah, I'm excited, dude. Check it out. All right. Hey, special note. Guess what today is? Friday, episode 300. I can't believe it. I was unprepared. I wasn't going to do anything special, but I knew when it's 300, I'm going to say something. So, wow, 300. That's crazy. Thank you guys for watching me do stupid crap, which is just me driving and talking. That's all it is. The fact that so many of you watch regularly is crazy. And you support me in doing what I love doing, so just thank you very much. It's crazy that we've made it this far. But anyway, enough of this sentimental crap. So this is mine. I love it dearly. This is a 2020 Zero FX, which is a dual sport electric bike, which is basically a sneaky supermoto. This is customized quite a bit. Mostly it's just cosmetic, but paint and all the fixins, which you can basically only get through Zero, with the exception of this custom little cute quick charging Pelican case compartment, which is attached to the bike so that I can charge it faster in the event that I find an outlet with a draw of at least 14.5 amps. Technical crap, blah blah blah. Well, I rode this last week, having a good time. I ride this one the most of all the motorcycles I've owned. I use this one the most. It's the most fun bike I've ever had, and I showed it off last week and someone said, hey, you should try the DR or the DS. And I was like, because they said it's a dual sport too. I was like, oh, it is? I didn't realize Zero had other dual sports, and sure enough, they do. So this is Letco, by the way. I want to give them a shout out. I've been getting my bike serviced here for a long while. They're true to the KTM stereotype of KTM riders being nice older guys, which is what they is, and they're good at what they do, and they're very nice, and they let me come and just do whatever I want, which is test ride and demo ride Zeros. And they're not paying me or asking me to say this, but you can test ride Zero motorcycles here in my hometown of Olathe, Kansas. Anyway, so I didn't know a whole lot about it. I looked it up really quick before I came over, talking a lot quickly because I want to ride. This would be the Zero I'd be interested in next if I did one. I'm not planning to. I just want to test ride it. So the difference that I understand is, for one, the thing I care about the most is, aside from having dual sport capabilities, is it has twice the battery size, which means more power. Of course, it's more weight. This is like 250 pounds roughly. This is about 400 pounds. So bigger bike, but more power. And I have never taken an electric bike with more power than that one. I love the sensation of just riding flat and straight on an electric, because it's like flying or floating. It's just quiet and lots of wind. It's nice. And I was like, if I could just do that but faster. So I might try another one later. This is the one I want to try right now. This one interests me because it's more power. That's all I want. If I could change one thing about this, more power, it's enough. Oh, power and range. So this one has more power and more range, but it's bigger. So anyway, they gave me card bay launch to ride this pretty much however long and far I want. So, with the exception of the fact that this is a brand new motorcycle, I think. No, it's not. 32 miles. Whatever. Both basically brand new. The tires are going to be a little slippery. Maybe I'm going to take it nice and gentle. One little thing here with Zeros, you can customize your ride modes. You have like Eco, Sport, and Custom. And Custom, you can connect with your phone and tell it to adjust torque, top speed, braking, all that stuff. And a Custom, I unlock everything I said to 100%. It's at max capacity. So the light is not green. There it is. All right, well, eyes is down. Here we go. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. There's that familiar sound. I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it. I'm confused because in a way it feels like my Zero, but it also feels like my Super Duke because it's like in this naked sport position. What the heck? What the heck? An electronic sunroof? I didn't know that was a thing. God damn. That's cool. Now I want that. All right. Back to enjoying my own electric thing. This is weird sensation. Feels fine so far, but let's... The balance on this bike is very different, so I gotta get used to this. It feels weird because the seating position isn't as high as the FX. FX is really high off the ground, which I like because I can put my feet down just fine. On this one, it's fine, but like I like being high off the ground with the FX. So this one isn't quite as high, and yet, even though this has like kind of an aggressive handle position, I still feel really high up, which is kind of weird. I think the difference, what feels weird is that on the Super Duke, even though the bars are like that, you feel more spread and more, you know, in a more aggressive position. This feels more like, no, I don't know if the right word is prissy, but I feel more like upright and astute. I was hoping for a bit more crazy holy crap hold on kind of torque, which I mean this isn't really fair. I'm going like 50 to 60 and I'm trying to pop it a little bit. Here I am at 60. Ooh. I wasn't used to that, so I know what the engine whirring sounds like on the Zero, but my bike doesn't go quite that fast, so that noise, you know, mine goes like to a certain rate. This one just kept going. Like, ah, woo! It feels heavier and it does have more power, but I can feel some of that power being lost because of the weight, but it's still more powerful. Obviously it's not double the weight, but it is double of the power of the battery. So I'm really happy with the bike I have. I think it's just what I need. It fits in this very specific niche. Very few people can appreciate or what's the word, justify buying that FX, I think, considering what it's up against and how you can use it. But this bike, like that one, the way this is currently outfitted, can only be charged on a standard outlet, which for me on that little bike is fine because the fact that I'm in town and it's just enough battery. This bike could have a charge tank, is what it's called, and then you can, you know, plug it into, what is it, level 2 charging, and it can charge in an hour, which is awesome. But that charger is limited to certain locations, so you either have to pay to do it in some public place or you have to do it at your home. I wouldn't have the ability to charge it that way at home. I basically only have access to standard outlets. So if, for my situation, if I had this one or the other bike, they both are going to get charged the same way, but this one's going to take twice as long to charge. Not necessarily a bad thing, because it would charge to the same capacity as the FX, woo, in the same amount of time. But man, that bike just works for me because it's super light. It's super inexpensive to use. By the way, someone corrected me. They looked this up for me. I guessed that electricity wise it would cost $3.50 to fill the battery on that bike. I was estimating high. I was estimating really high because their website, so who knows what it actually is, Zero's website says it costs 83 cents to fill a 7.2 battery, the other motorcycle, which I totally believe. I know it's super cheap.
And this time, you won't be there to stop me.
All right, 30 roll. All right. Well, 30 to 60 is pretty quick. Let's go off of 45. Snap it. Yeah, we're good. I'm not scared of this thing. If I did that on my Super Duke, and I gotta say, like, the reason I was interested in this one is because it's dual sport. I don't know how great the suspension is. I feel like this would do better on a packed dirt trail than actually going crazy. I won't, because it's not mine. I'm not gonna disrespect it like that, but I would be a little timid about taking this thing off in the grass. I know it could do it. It could cut across better than one with street tires, but I mean, I just think the FX can't be beat. Between this one and that one, I would much rather and be more comfortable with taking the FX off under the grass or wherever, into the trees, and just kind of navigating in the woods, and then feel like totally fine. And one of the reasons is it's light and flickable, so if you did drop it, it's not such a burden to pick back up. Unlike this thing, this is a full-size motorcycle. Let's see, the heat's doing better, so that's interesting, but not surprising. I'm saying if I was going that fast, for as long as I have my other bike, the heat would be closer to 200, and it's at 162. Which would lead me to think this thing is rated for a higher speed than my FX is. So the FX is like rated for 65 or 70, but it can go as high as 90. This thing I think is rated for 90, which means it could probably go 110, 120, but then, you know, if you maintain a high speed for too long, it'd overheat. All right, now 35 roll. Smooth acceleration. And I gotta say, got to 90 way faster than my other bike would have done. Yeah, if I could change two things on the FX, number one would be range. Yeah, and then number two would be power. And this bike has those things for, I think, a little bit more money. Just a little bit, I think. But not worth it to me. I mean, because I think there are advantages between the two. This one's more of a street fighter that could cut across on a dirt pack, I think, which is good. I like street fighters, but I have one. I have a Super Duke. And based on my limitations and convenience, like the fact that I'm kind of limited to regular outlets, and I like something that I can cut across any kind of terrain, and that bike just does it. Go, 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 go. Or just sit there, that's fine too. For me, 0 to 60, acceleration, torque, way more important than top speed. Because for me, I'll be using 0 to 60. I'll be using that from light to light in town. Top speed, I don't get to use very much. I was talking about this last week. There's something about your vehicle being loud or quiet. In passing somebody with two different vehicles, the same situation, two different timelines, you pass a car with a super loud motorcycle like my Super Duke versus just passing in the FX or a bike like this, which is super quiet. For whatever reason, just the noise makes whatever you're doing seem like an act of aggression. I think that's a way to put it. So if you pass somebody, well, it sounds like you're saying, get out of my way, when you're really just passing, because your bike, you can't control how loud it is necessarily while you're driving it. The FX, you just go, it seems less aggressive, which is more in my nature. I think that's one reason I appreciate it. Whatever I do on the road on the FX seems more harmless. Even though I'm driving exactly the same, it just, I seem less harmful. I'm just like, I mentioned something like that last week. That's just a point I kind of wanted to reiterate or re-explain. Let's go! Yeah, it's not scary. I'm not scared of you, bike. This bike might scare some people, but again, I'm coming from the Super Duke, so put me on a bike that's more torquey than the Super Duke and then I'll be scared. All right, let's put this Mama Jamma back in its homeland. I'm actually going to take another motorcycle out, another Zero. I'll show you what it looks like at least. Look at that tiny little unassuming, super innocent, not at all hoony bike. It's super hoony. I love it. I like the headlight on that bike better. So I guess that's the street naked version. And I think I was told that this one is more torquey. I think it looks better. That's more my style. That's like if Zero had a motorcycle that was equivalent to the 1290 Super Duke. This is the closest you're gonna get. But I was interested in this one because, you know, goes dual sport tires, but I'm gonna try this one now. So you said this one's more torquey?
Oh yeah.
Oh good, I can't wait to try. Okay, phew, so hot standing here in the sun. Freaking helmet, freaking heavy and jeans. But anyway, let's see. Kickstand up, hold for a second, and then we can switch to the good mode. Yay! All right, I'm gonna try this one really quick. I'm not gonna be on this one as long as the other one, but I can already tell it's more sensitive. Wow, now this seating position is a lot more like my Super Duke. I'm further back and reaching forward more to get this. I'm gonna turn nice and slow, and then I'm gonna activate giddy up mode with some caution. Yep, that is more torquey. Yeah, buddy. Whoa! Yeah, there it is. There it is. There's the... Oh my god! Why can't the other bike be like this? This is what I want. I want to be scared. I want to go, ah! Ah, it's fun, dude. This is all I want in all my vehicles all the time. I'm gonna go in the parking lot over here because it's not far away and gives me room to kind of do whatever I want. I wonder, like, based on that torque, I bet this thing would wheelie without much difficulty. I'm wondering if it would wheelie by accident. That's what I want to avoid. The Super Duke, even with the wheelie control assist on, will still wheelie. That's how freaking powerful it is. Based on what I just experienced, I feel like this is not dissimilar. We're gonna do a slow roll from 20 like this. Slow. All right, and that was pretty good. Let's do it again. Turning is surprisingly natural to me. I think it's because it's more like the Super Duke position. I'm gonna try a little bit more aggressively from 10, just a little bit, because I still feel like this thing could pop and I don't want it to. All right, that's manageable. But geez, like imagine, I'm gonna start from idle now. Imagine you're at a light and the guy next to you thinks his poop is warmer than yours. Wow, I'm gone. Jeez. This thing will be 0 to 60 in 3, I think. I'm gonna do it again. Let's see whose poop is warmest. 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, jeez. That was crazy. What the heck was that? The torque didn't kick in. Oh man, I wish I could tune it, but like the torque didn't kick in until like after like 45. Then it's like surprise. Like Let me just feel this more gently here. If I can, I'm gonna run this stop sign, but that's okay. There's no one here. There it is. It just picks up after 45. It's like, whoa! Almost like false sense of security. It's like, surprise! I'm gonna try it again. That's the best thing ever, dude. It must be a tune thing. I bet. Oh man, I bet if you unlocked, it's gotta be locked. There's gotta be a. I tried connecting with Bluetooth. Yeah, I'm really bummed that I can't adjust it, but the torque, like I can feel it letting off based on right there. There it is. There's the bike. Man. Ugh. You know what? I think this is gonna warrant a second test ride after I go home and learn how to change the settings or connect with Bluetooth, because right there. Oh yeah. Just right there. Ah, it feels good. You just feel that. Dang. Well, that sucks. I mean, what's good about it is good. The rest of it I feel like I can't use. So, man, I like that. So, from here to 0 to, you know, this is torquey. It's like poop, poop, poop. But just, I think the peak curve is limited and all that. And I'm annoyed. I want to try it. I'll do it for all time. Maybe some other time I will. And maybe if I do, I'll record it. But jeez. So, this bike is very fun. It's similar to my Super Duke in its performance and its seating position, but it does not quite compare because there's nothing like a freaking loud, awesome bike. But this thing is fast, and I bet if it was unlocked, it'd be faster than my Super Duke. Yeah, that is like torque-wise. I think it's more torquey. I just, if it could maintain, I just don't know if it's possible. If it could maintain that torque from that mid-range, whatever it is, all the way through. Good grief, man. I should save my opinions until I can test it thoroughly, which, you know, what I know, I'm just a guy. But very cool, man. I don't have a point for this bike because I have another awesome one with black trellis work like this, which I'm a fan of. But very glad I tried it, dude. Oh, it's like drugs. I felt drugs for like a second. I was like, can I have some more, please? Dang, so selfish. Keep the drugs to themselves. Like, now I want to hit 45 just to get my drugs. Eee, there it is. Yeah. Oh, I like the seating position too. I like this way more than the DS. Ah, the torque and the handling is something I'm much more comfortable with. I like this aggressive position. I feel way more comfortable. Man, this bike is. I'm gonna have to use it again sometime. What a joy! Again, last I'm gonna say it, I have to ride it again, fully unlocked. I'm gonna research it some more. Do not expect me to get one. I don't expect to get one, but wow, very cool. Hey, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you. Not most of you, all of you. And I will see you next time. Bye.